Our next guest is probably best known for who she's married to. Pat Smith is the wife of NFL star Emmitt Smith, and she knows what it's like to live in the shadow of a high-profile spouse. And this is what prompted her to start her organization, Treasure You. And Pat joins us with ways all women can treasure themselves, pursue their passions, and be positive. Isn't that right, Pat? How are you today?
But you know what? How can I go on after Lawrence?
I know. How fun is he?
Oh, God, he's a blast.
He has no problem treasuring himself every single day.
No,
Lawrence
I love
is a big fan of Lawrence.
I love it.
Okay, so we obviously know, we saw those great pictures of you and Emmitt together. Yes. Who is, though, Pat Smith?
Wow, you know what? I am a wife, a mother of 4 amazing kids that range from 5 all the way to 13. So yes, I'm going through all of those crazy teenage issues, but she's great. I'm also president of Pat and Emmitt Smith Charities, which focuses on disadvantaged youth. So I'm someone who loves to give back. I love my family. God, it's such a hard question because when someone says, who are you? It's so many things, and I think that's why I came up with this concept. Because as women, we choose to identify ourselves with who we're close to in our life. And I really want to see women come out of the shadows and start identifying more with who they really are and what their passion and their purpose really is in life.
That's great, and Treasure You is such a great concept. Before we get to that, we want to talk a little bit about what your day-to-day life is like. You've peeked into it a little bit, but what's it like being married to Emmitt?
Oh, God, you know what? It's like a roller coaster, like literally up and down, because, you know, we've gone from, you know, great years in football to all of a sudden he comes home and decides he's going to do Dancing with the Stars, which comes on tonight, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, and we're seeing him here. This was one of the great moments you guys shared together.
Oh, yeah, when he broke the record. It was unbelievable for our family. You know, he worked so hard. He's definitely someone that I admire because he's so tenacious and dedicated, and you know, he's a good man. He's a strong man.
And you were there, of course, on the sidelines.
Yeah, and that's EJ, our little boy EJ, who is now almost 7.
Oh my gosh!
So time flies. So I balance all that out. And
so obviously you've supported him through that, through Dancing with the Stars, which is a whole other chapter in your life. And now you've decided to come up with this concept, Treasure You, which is all about empowering women to pursue their passions, but also to remind themselves not to just identify themselves as a wife or as a mom, but as an individual. So what is Treasure You all about?
You know what? It came about. As great as Dancing with the Stars was, during that time I literally felt that I was drowning. Felt overwhelmed trying to juggle, you know, still my kids at home, flying back and forth to Los Angeles.
And you went back and forth every week.
Oh, every week. You know, I didn't want to miss a beat. I wanted to be there. And so literally I just thought, you know what, women, not only me, you know, but a lot of women are struggling with that. Everyone I talk to is overwhelmed with carpool, overwhelmed with all these crazy hormones that we deal with, overwhelmed with weight loss and trying to eat right in the economy. And so I thought, you know what, this is the time to come together as a community of women and inspire each other. Give each other tools to live by and little secret tips that we can, you know, go with. And, you know, that's what Treasure You is about.
And you had started this to focus on women like yourself, women that were married to high-profile men, and it was really a successful retreat, but then you wanted to break this down into bite-sized pieces and share this with our GMT viewers to say, like you said, this is everyone who are going through these everyday struggles of finding balance.
Exactly. It started with a retreat last year. In April with women that, yes, are married to high-profile men, but let me tell you, women everywhere are struggling with the same issues. And I just have a heart for women. I really see this segment as women from all over North Texas coming together, and you said it best, like a big old pajama party every week to share with each other, laugh and cut up and even cry if we have to.
And that's the best way when you disclose about yourself sometimes. That's when you really get the positive energy back and you learn so much from other people. Okay, so you're teasing us with what's to come. You're going to be with us every Monday this month sharing these Treasure You segments. What can we expect?
You know what? Next week it's going to be Treasures for Less. And if you're like the Smiths, and I know my husband is probably somewhere like cheering me on, we are cutting back, you know. We're cutting back during this economy, and everybody should. And I think you still need to look good. You still need to feel great about yourself, but do it without spending a lot of money. So Don Mellon will be here, who's our stylist, who's going to help us with some of those tips.
Even the Smith family is cutting back, and they're going to show us how we can look fabulous for less. Really cool. Then you're doing something great with the community.
Yes, we're going to do a community treasure. So we're going to honor someone, whether it's a sung or unsung hero in the community that is balancing it all, that's giving back, who rocks, you know, that woman who rocks. And our first community treasure is Charlotte Anderson. She's a top exec with the Cowboys. She's Jerry Jones's daughter, and she's a mom of 3. She's a great wife. She juggles it all, and I just absolutely love her.
And she inspires you.
She inspires me. Like at the football game, she's sitting there focused with her kids, you know, not even on her BlackBerry or her cell phone. I mean, she's a good mom.
And that's hard to do, put that BlackBerry away. I want to mention that your superstar husband does treasure you because Emmett's in studio with us today, and he's here supporting you and rooting for you, and I love that. That's so special to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you treasure yourself? Obviously, you find balance and time. You're finding a way to do this, but how do you treasure yourself?
You know what? My faith is so important, so I always focus on that. I mean, I think that's the foundation of everything. But you know what? Actually seeing my passion come to fruition has been amazing for me. For so long, I really did just focus on my family, and now to be able to kind of focus on something that brings joy and peace to other people, it's great. I love girlfriend time.
Yeah.
I love spending time with my husband. You know, we do date night every Friday night. But, you know, it's something about getting with your girlfriends, you know, and laughing and crying and sharing.
It feeds the soul. And we have another guilty pleasure we have in common, magazines.
Oh,
People, Us Weekly, we want to read about everybody else's dirt.
It's bad.
It
like,
is bad.
You know, we're on the plane and Emmett's reading, you know, Fortune and Time magazine and Business Weekly, and I'm People magazine.
Right, you're finding out what Angelina Jolie's wearing today.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, Pat, we are looking forward to having you on Good Morning Texas with us this month and sharing your Treasure You stories. Thanks for being here.
Oh, it's great.
And if you are inspired by Pat and want to learn more, you can log on to her website. It's treasureyou.org.